Internet, from the beginning of our day until its end, is a necessity. A necessity without which breathing can be difficult. But if I say that the Internet, is only 5% of the whole Internet, then welcome to Misho TV. In today's episode, we will explore a part of the Internet that will not only amaze you but leave you with no choice but to say that no animal is bigger than humans. Google, Facebook, Instagram, and any other websites or apps that we normally use are accessible on the regular Internet, also known as the surface web. In the surface web, all the websites we usually access through our Chrome, Mozilla, or any other standard browser are available on the regular Internet. We all know that the Internet is vast and has spread worldwide. According to a report, there are more than 1 billion websites on the Internet. However, this is only 5% of the entire Internet. So the question arises, where is the rest of the Internet, and what is there? To understand this, we need to comprehend the world of the Internet, divided into 3 parts. The first part is the surface web, which includes the portion we use daily, such as social media, YouTube, or various websites. In simple words, any website or application that you can access by typing in the Google search bar is part of the surface web, which is the normal Internet. The second part of the world of the Internet is the deep web, which comprises 90% of the entire Internet. This is the part you cannot find on Google, such as your private pictures on Facebook or your bank account information. The deep web is used by companies and governments that want to keep their information private so that it cannot be accessed without their permission. The remaining part of the Internet is known as the dark web, which is the third world. This part comprises only 5% of the entire Internet. It's a world that's best left unexplored. It's better not to venture there. But how did the world of the deep web and the dark web come into existence? To understand this, let's take a quick trip back in history, not too far, just a little. August 6, 1991, marks the launch of the world's first website by Swiss computer scientist Tim Berners-Lee. It was the very first website on the actual Internet. After this website, the Internet took off like a rocket with no end in sight. But in between, as the world started using the Internet for information and communication, the US government realized that maintaining privacy on the Internet was very difficult. Then, the US Navy started a project in the mid-1990s called the Onion Routing. Yes, you understood correctly. Onion. In this project, the US Navy created a browser similar to an onion. Meaning that, just as there are multiple layers in an onion, there are also multiple security layers in this browser that hide the user's real identity. It is so strong that no one can figure out who uses this browser or which website they view, even if they try. And the name given to this browser was Tor, the Onion Router. The purpose of the US Navy in creating the Tor browser was simply to ensure that all of their communication was done through the Tor browser, so that no other government or agencies from any other country could spy on them. But then the US government felt that privacy is the right of every individual, especially for those who live in countries with heavy restrictions. Then came the day, September 20, 2002, when the Tor browser was made public. With the Tor browser, anyone can access any website without revealing their identity. But there was still a challenge. If someone wanted to create their own website, they had to use either a .com domain, which was easily trackable, or they had to use a domain that only expert researchers could create. And then, in 2004, the Onion domain was launched, which gave people the power to launch their websites without revealing their location. It means one can never find where a website using the Onion domain operates. The sole purpose of the Onion domain was to enable companies and governments to create websites that are entirely private and accessible only through the use of the Tor browsers, full privacy in the deep web. Facebook has a site for the Tor browser. But along with good comes bad. In 2009, a person named Satoshi Nakamoto released a currency that was impossible to track. Bitcoin. Now imagine. Onion is such a domain that anyone can use it to sell anything without revealing their location. Tor is a browser that you can use to open any website without revealing your identity. Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency that allows you to buy things without anyone knowing. In simple words, it was a golden opportunity for criminals. And here begins the story of that place named after criminals, the world we call the dark web. The dark web is a world of criminals where you can find activities you can't imagine. Where you can find the world's smartest hackers and the most intelligent people. You might be wondering what happens here, that people call it the dark web. Suppose you want to hack someone's social media account, credit card, or personal information. In that case, you can find related services on the dark web. As you delve deeper into the dark web, you can find even more dangerous things. Like services for creating fake identities or obtaining passports from any country. You can even buy weapons of various kinds. Drugs, and not just ordinary drugs, but some of the most dangerous ones. And that's not all, you can also hire a hitman. On the dark web, the biggest market for all these things was Silk Road. The Silk Road market was available on the dark web for the longest time. And it is estimated that the market did a total of $187 million in business. After some time, the FBI tracked Silk Road and shut it down. But after that, some small markets emerge, and now there are several marketplaces on the dark web for illegal goods. If you think that the dark web is a dangerous place and these things have messed up your mind, then trust me, what I'm going to talk about next is nothing compared to that. Darkest side of dark web. When you reach this point, you'll see a door, behind which lies the darkest side of the dark web. A world so disturbing that after seeing it, you would be compelled to say, I wish I had never come here. Human trafficking. The dark web is a significant source of human trafficking, where people kidnapped from different parts of the world are sold. All you need is money to buy. And more than 80% of this human trafficking involves women and children. In 2021, German police tracked down a child abuse site on the dark web. And you'll be surprised to know that this site had over 400,000 active members worldwide. Mystery box. You may have often seen videos on YouTube featuring a gift box that the person opening has no idea what's inside. This is called a mystery box, which could contain anything from money, a car, or something they've been longing for. Similarly, on the dark web, you can buy mystery boxes. But the only difference is that the item inside the mystery box could be a severed head. Stalking. Another creepy thing on the dark web is stalking. For a few bucks, you can hire someone who will keep an eye on someone and provide you with all the information you need about their daily routine. Or sometimes, they even install cameras outside that person's house for you to see what that person is doing. I feel strange just thinking that someone could keep an eye on you for 24 hours. Cannibal. Cannibal, which means a person who eats another person, is that dark web place where you can find communities of such people who eat human flesh. Here, these people discuss how to capture someone and then eat. You can also find regularly updated recipes for human flesh on these sites, which means someone is actually creating such recipes to be posted on these sites. Red Room. Imagine you are visiting different sites on the dark web. And suddenly you come across a website with a button that says enter. And without thinking much, you enter that site, and then a loading screen for a live stream appears in front of you, which says, live stream will start in few minutes. Then the live stream starts. And you see a person sitting on a chair, but when you look closely, you realize that the person has been chained to the chair. Now you are starting to understand what is happening. Suddenly, comments start appearing in the chat window. Then you notice Bitcoin transactions in those comments, along with requests such as cut his fingers. And after some time, you see another person whose face is covered with a mask and holding a hammer in his hand. Then the masked person approaches the person in the chair and starts to beat him with the hammer until he dies. This part of the dark web is called the Red Room, where you can find such live videos. The only demand from those who watch this room is that the person in the chair should be tortured as much as possible. Custom Red Room. This place is for those inhuman people with a lot of money but no humanity. Here, people create their own red rooms according to their wish lists, where the custom room buyer decides to capture and even kill someone. Red Room is a part of the dark web where innocent people are brutally killed in painful ways. Should we ever visit dark web? One day, you turn on your computer and go to the dark web to explore different sites, and suddenly a pop-up appears, which you close. But when you close the pop-up, hidden software gets downloaded onto your computer, which sends all your information to the dark web. Or that software may turn your computer into a part of an illegal site. Dark web has no control or security, so the chances are high that hidden software may get downloaded onto your computer while opening a site, and you may not even know it. So if you go there, you must consider whether your personal information is safe, even after leaving the dark web. And remember that government agencies in your country keep a close eye on dark web activities. So you don't want to unknowingly invite them to your home. Some people who have visited the dark web say that they saw things they never wanted to see, and they wish they had never gone to the dark web. If you liked this video, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you in another exciting video. Until then, take care.